Well, I mean, you're incredibly brave. I mean, to sort of bare your soul like there's on TV and talk about things that probably you didn't even realise were an issue for you.
Well, Holly, when I first went in there, I said to Mandy, like, oh, let's just do this quick. There's nothing wrong with me. And then literally within, you know, by the second session, I just surrendered and I went, please help me. And that's what you did. Thank you.
So why did you do it in the first place?
I felt that there was a lot of things going on in my life. My life was totally out of control. I needed to get a control of it back. And the show was suggested to me and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give this show my all. I'm going to just be totally honest because I need help. And you helped me. This lady is very good. She's going to drag out all the things over the years that I've buried so deep and deep that were affecting my life. And I was driving to therapy and I got caught in a bit of traffic. I was looking for any excuse not to go, so I just turned the car back around. And I was really pleased with Mandy because a lot of people had gone, oh, she just don't want to turn up. But what it was so raw going through the therapy experience that actually all the things you've buried over the years, you are now digging back up.
And this is kind of a theme in her life, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is what you've discovered, is that a bit like with Last Year I'm a Celebrity, you get there and then you go. If it's too much, she runs away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a standard kind of coping mechanism. And what I didn't want to do is I didn't want, in this short amount of time I had with Gemma, for her to wriggle out and me to play the waiting game. And so I just said, look, why don't we go round to her house and see if we can, if she won't come to me just once,
try it.
let me go to Gemma and just see, because, you know, we've got television there and this is real. We're not doing a script. There wasn't anything scripted about this or contrived. This was real, us two meeting for the first time in the therapy room and starting to do the work. So suddenly, this isn't planned in any way. This is for real. So when Gemma didn't come, I just thought, you know what, maybe just slip an arm around your shoulder and say, come on,
yeah,
I'm here, we can do this.
Because I was so scared.
Yeah.
That is the thing with therapy. You think, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. And then Mandy's got a great way of getting everything out of you.
Well, I was going to say to you, because if you look down at the things you opened up and spoke about, if somebody had said to you, oh, by the way, when you go in there, you're going to talk about your weight, you're going to talk about your bad experiences with boyfriends, you're going to talk about your abortions, you're going to talk about losing a baby, which is something that I didn't know that you'd been through that experience. And this was quite late. This was 4.5 months.
It was. And I just want to make this clear. I didn't bring up the miscarriage because I want people to feel sorry for me, because I know a lot of people go, oh, she's bringing it up now.
Assume that anyway.
No, you do get a lot of people that say terrible things on Twitter, but I did write about it in my book. But after writing the book, I thought that I'd dealt with that and I'd moved on in my life. Through going into therapy with Mandy, it was something that I was still carrying around with me very heavily and, again, was affecting my life in so many ways, like relationships I was having. Everything I was doing, all I was doing was hurting myself with the guys I'd gone out with, the decisions I was making, the people I had around me. Everything was just chaos. And through seeing Mandy, she made me stand up and take account for my own life.
And what about with regards to your weight? Because you also spoke out about the fact that it was something that almost became like a money thing, because people would say, oh, there's a lot of money to be made in losing weight, gaining weight, and that story that went with it. And again, it was almost like that got taken away from you, the control over that yourself. So where are you at with that now?
Do you know what, Holly? So many things were out of my control in my life. And after seeing Mandy, I took a massive step back. I got control of everything again. And, you know, with regards to when you first become famous, you know, I was a car dealer. I became famous, then you got, you know, you get people saying, right, this is how we're going to do it, this is what you're going to do, we're going to manage you this way, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So you end up getting so confused, losing yourself, doing all these mad things for money, and then you stand back and go, you end up losing your self-respect. Because it all becomes about money. And through seeing Mandy, she made me realise enough is enough, Gemma. You've got to stand back, take responsibility of your own life, and you've got to be in control of your own life.
So are you going to carry on with the therapy? Because some of the comments that you made and you told her as well were quite hard-hitting. You know, that a lot of people will look at it and go, oof.
Yes.
I needed to hear it.
But was that
people
intentional?
do.
What I'm saying is... It's...
Well, what I do is I think I've got a certain amount of time in front of someone when I'm working with them, and they may not come back. So, I mean, I can't go to everybody's houses and knock on their door and track them down. You were the exception.
Yeah, no, I came back.
But no, I mean, I have a short amount of time, and it's my job to give people something true, something they can then go away and work on themselves. I'm not there to give them answers here and now. I'm here to try and break through a denial system and get people to do the work themselves, because then they go away from the session and they do all that thinking and then they come back in a different place. So no, I'm not deliberately trying to hurt someone, but I do want to tell the truth, and I want to say it kindly so they feel safe enough to come back to do the work.
And do you have to change anything because the camera crew is there? I mean...
Well, it's interesting because I very quickly, I mean, you're very comfortable in front of the cameras. I completely forgot them. I was completely engrossed in the dynamic of myself and Gemma. We were just totally caught up in seeing what you were doing when you took your shoes off and you tucked them under your feet.
Mandy's heard it all. You heard it all from me, Mandy.
Well, it sounds brilliant, and as I started saying, you're incredibly brave, and I think you are. The programme is called In Therapy with Gemma, and it's on tomorrow night on Channel 4 at 10 p.m. Are you nervous about it going out?
Very nervous because I've been so honest.
Yeah.
Like, even my mum said, oh, my God, Gemma, what have you said on that show? But in order to turn my life around...
You had to do it.
In order to get back on the right track,
For more of the same, just click here, and don't forget you can subscribe for even more of these amazing videos exclusive to our channel.
Yeah, of course. I think Kim's a great person, and I don't regret what I did. I think I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done what I did, to be fair.
So you do regret what you did?
Well, I don't regret anything to do with Laura.